I welcome you all with love. It is really a wild world out there, and what I'm noticing in the last few days is a lot of people have been in a lot of fear and a lot of terror of what to do, what's happening, how do we make sense of this? Bigger, what do I do? And that's where I get to the fear and terror of being on the wrong side. It's made more difficult because what was good last week isn't good this week, and where do you go? Well, actually, there is a solution. You go inside to the real truth, not post-reality truths that people are making up and programming and using to manipulate people this way or that way. It doesn't matter what side we're talking about here. There's only one truth, which is the truth of the divine inner life. And the challenge is, how do we access that truth and honor the integrity of our soul? The big challenge today, as this will pass, the big challenge today is the integrity of our soul and choosing to live in a way that keeps us in integrity. Because when we give up our soul, we give up our life. When we give up our soul, we take on the mark of the beast, which is to act like what the Matrix wants us to say and do. So how do you have the courage, and this is what we're talking about here, how do you have the spiritual courage not to give up your soul? Well, first, it helps to see it on that level. It's like, we are really talking about mark of the beast. We are really talking about giving up your soul. I mean, that's no small thing. It's a big thing. And the compromises people are making with themselves so they can be politically correct are very dangerous in the bigger story of what life is about. If we don't have meaning, which is our connection with God, the connection with the divine, then everything gets lost. And one of the beauties of Martin Luther King, and I will also say Malcolm X, who I really appreciate and was a personal friend over the phone with, is they both focused on the deeper meaning of who we are. And even though they didn't always say it, they were aligned with the church and with the Islam and with, let's say, a spiritual point of view of what life is about. Okay? So they lived in integrity. Now, those are, for me, very powerful models of what it's really about. But we have to be it. We don't have, it isn't enough to have a model out there. What's needed here is for us to go inside, to meditate, to pray, and make that contact with our soul, remembering we have a soul. And when I say that, when I look at Mao, there was no room for that. You know, Mao, having studied the Red Book and being part of that for movement, really, for Mao, the ends justify the means. And when we're looking about integrity and honoring our soul and not taking on the mark of the beast, the ends do not justify the means. That's the difference. So for us, go inside, meditate, make contact with the soul, and be clear, we're not going to sacrifice the meaning of our soul in our life. We're not going to take on the mark of the beast. We're going to honor our soul. We're going to honor our connection with the divine and stay with the cosmic reality rather than the post-truth illusory reality. That's a hard one. That's why it's so important to have a supportive group and be willing in your mind to stand up for not just your relative truth, but for the cosmic truth. So meditate, meditate, meditate till you feel that truth of who you are within yourself, and that's where your power comes. There's no side that you take except the side of the deep truth of who you are. May you be blessed with this, may you be empowered by this, and remember the truth of who you are. Peace be with you. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Mitakulas. And just so we'll get ready to go into meditation. And in this meditation, may you honor the integrity of your soul and keep it. Aho.